you don't have to be great to start. You need to start if you want to be great. So
some people start with like a shack or a hut, and then after that progress after day, and then then you can ask for funding or
what initial equipment is involved in starting an agricultural business.
So the advice that I can give them is that they need to start with what they have, where they are. So
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya and welcome to the 9th episode of the Come Up series. I am here with my co-host Luandra and our guest today, Lebo, and we will be tapping into agriculture. Over to you, Luandra.
So agriculture is the science of practicing of farming, including cultivating of the soil for growing of crops and the bringing up of animals to provide food, water, and other products, right? So this is one sector that youth do not really look at when choosing what to study after school.
Yes, so Lebo, I will start with my questions. If I got it correct, you did not study a course in agriculture, but you researched about it. And I just want to know, how did you get into it? And what steps did you take, and what are you farming at the moment?
Okay, you're right. I did not go to school for agriculture. I studied retail business management and also operations management. But while I was in varsity, I then started farming pigs. I've got a piggery. Mm. And so how I got into it was I had a discussion with somebody and I was very interested in it. And I went to go see a farmer who explained a bit to me on his day-to-day operations. And then from there, I saved up a little bit of money to get a few of my own.
Oh, that's amazing. That's actually great. Self-start basically. Sorry?
I'm saying I did that while I was still in school. So it wasn't a full-time thing.
Oh, nice. So you basically built yourself while you were studying as well. And then over the years, you progressed and now you're actually having like a full-blown farm at the moment.
Sure.
Correct?
Correct.
Wow, that's nice. How many years did it take?
I started in 2014. And I'm still doing it today, but for it to pick up, it took me about a year or two.
Okay, nice. Oh, that's great. And so what can you tell the youth out there that wants to get into the agricultural field? What processes or steps should they take if they want to get into farming or any other sector in agriculture?
I always say, and this is a saying that I also followed while I was starting. There's a saying that says, you don't have to be great to start, but to be great, you have to start. So the advice that I give young people is to start where they are with what they have. I've seen somebody start a poultry business with as little as 2,500. If you really don't have anything, the one thing you can do is your research, because there's a lot of supporting structures, especially around agriculture, where else, if you feel that you don't have the minimum to get into agriculture, once you get to doing your research, you will find that you would have a lot of access to assistance and some sort of funding, perhaps, so that you can start. So, but it's always easier to assist or to help somebody that's already got something that's going. So I don't expect, if I'm going to help you, I don't expect you to be able to supply Pick and Pay already. But if you have started something small, then we can start from there. Then I can show you where your mistakes are and where you can improve. But if you have not started anything, I cannot see where your mistakes or your areas of improvement are. So by the time the opportunity to assist you arrives, it must find you ready to learn. So I would say, start with what you have and do your research.
I love that.
So meaning... Sorry, Luandra?
No, I said I love that last statement. The opportunity will find you already prepared.
Yeah, so meaning if you started farming eggs or chicken, as you said, some people start with like a shack or a hut, and then after that progress after day, and then then you can ask for funding or assistance. Is that what you...
Yes,
Okay.
what I mean is that it is the minimum. If you were to start with poultry, the minimum requirements that I have seen somebody start a poultry business with is a corrugated iron structure that costs 2,500 rand, and then you obviously need then to buy the chickens and buy the feed. But if you are ready with your research and your plan, you can have some people assist you in getting that shack, the feed, and the chickens. Not necessarily that, but you can also have little side jobs that you do to save up for either one of those three ingredients you need in order to start. So what I mean is that start with something while you're looking for help, because if I'm able to take you from point B to D, then by the time you meet me, you at least have to have started with point A. Because, for instance, I was assisted by the NYDA, and I needed to have a business management training. I did not know that before I approached them. But what I did was I did the training with a business hub that we have here in Kalin called Pagamani. It's an initiative by Petra Diamonds. I did a business management certificate there. And then by the time I applied for funding, the business management certificate was a requirement at the NYDA. So I was already prepared for the opportunity to improve. So in a nutshell, that is what I mean.
Okay, that was next question. Because I did see that you posted something about the NYDA. So I thought, okay, are you maybe perhaps affiliate with them? Did they fund you? And you did answer that question. And what I like about what you just touched on, that the business management was also one of the requirements. So for the youth and the viewers out there, know that if you want to go and apply for funding from NYDA, that will be one of the requirements, right? So I just wanted to come back to one of Tanya's first questions. You mentioned that no, you didn't study agriculture, but you decided to embark on this agricultural journey while still in school. So my question there was, why did you decide to do that? Because you needed to make some extra money on the side, or was it like one of your passions?
I would say both are a bit true. I did need a little bit of money. Well, everybody needs a little bit of money extra these days, but I've always wanted to own a business. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur with my own business, not necessarily farming or agriculture, but agriculture found me along the way, and I grew a passion and a love for animals. I always had a love for animals, but I never thought that I could turn it into a business. But as I went into the field, I started realizing that I enjoy it more than most things. So, say for instance, I enjoy it more than having an office job, even though sometimes it's more work and more effort than that. But at the end of the day, as young people, I'm sure, as it's evident around us, we need more entrepreneurs. We need more people who want to create jobs instead of people who just want jobs. So at the end of the day, the influence behind it was financial, but as time goes, the passion grows, and the desire to leave a legacy is also what drives me.
Nice. So when you say agriculture found you on the way, how did that happen? Take that fast.
So there's a couple of things that I was interested in doing, but I sat down one day and I had a conversation with my cousin, and he highlighted on how profitable the pig business can be. And at the time, I did not have an idea of how much work it might be. So I thought, hey, let me try it, and then it could be like passive money. As time went, I realized with most things, in order to see profit, you're going to have to put in some effort. So I could have done a number of other businesses. I particularly was interested in leadership skills development and team building. So at first, I did start another company that did leadership skills development and team building. And then along the way, when things got slow, I decided to diversify and go into agriculture as well. And that just grabbed me, and I stopped doing the leadership skills development and team building, although I never really stopped being a leader. So I still learn. I still try to be a leader in the section of work that I do. My love for leadership was helping other people realize the potential that they have. And fortunately, that does not stop. People have infinite potential. You always come across people that have infinite potential. It's not bound to a certain sector of society. So I still get an opportunity to help people, whether or not it be in agriculture, but it's a more of a holistic type of guidance that you teach or do. So I haven't really lost that.
Okay, beautiful answer. So my final question would be, what initial equipment is involved in starting an agricultural business?
Firstly, the most important thing is you need space to work out of. So whether you're planting crops or you're working with livestock, you're going to need space to work out of. And then depending then on which area you're going into, I will use myself and my brother, for example. My brother is doing poultry. He's doing boiler chickens. So what he initially needed was, like I say, a space to work out of, feeders, some feed for the initial stock, the first stock that you work from, and then he needed lights, the heating lights to keep the chickens warm as they grow for the next 5 weeks. And then from my side, I simply just needed space to work out from. And then I built a shed out of wood, trees, and mostly that. So I had a panga, I bought a panga, and I went chopping down trees to make a shed, because I really had no money to start off. I was a student, and the little bit of money that I got from my parents, I used to buy the first 5 pigs that I had. And then from there, I had to work on getting feed. I had to work on getting the right medication and all of that. So what really I needed was space to work out of, and I did not have the money to buy a farm or a plot or something like that. So you mostly need to talk to people.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Come Up series. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll link his Instagram page on the next slide. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.